Welcome to Backseat Confessions Podcast. Slide into the backseat as we listen to mostly anonymous strangers tell us stories from their lives. I'm a rideshare driver in Atlanta, and the people getting in my car have absolutely no idea I'm going to ask them to share. My commitment to you is to tell at least a snippet of virtually every story recorded in my car in the order they were told to me. My hope is that you laugh, cringe, cry, but mostly connect to these amazing people. You may find a piece of your own story, or just feel more connected to the rest of us. Join us, won't you? So, hey, my new friend, this is an adult podcast. Themes and languages are definitely not suitable for everyone. Listener discretion is advised. Hey, what's your cruising music? Let's put the tunes on in the background, catch a few vibes, and see what our fellow ATL creatures are into today. And you never know with Atlanta. It may be lit, or it might be deep, or it might be all of it. But we put it all out there. So let's dive in. Our ride today kicks off with a reminder to treat people less fortunate with respect and love. That is such an important message for me, and I would imagine all of us need to hear.
Story number 299. Friday, June 11th, 2021, 9:40 p.m.
So, I have a very big heart when it comes to homeless people.
Yes, sir.
And so it was one particular day I was in the burger spot. What was it called? Where they give you all the fries.
Five Guys. Love Five Guys.
Yeah. And I saw this gentleman, and it was just something about him, his aura.
Yeah.
That just drew me to him. And I said, hey, are you hungry? What can I? He said he just wanted French fries. And I said, is that all you want? He said, I don't want to bug you. So I knew he was sincere about it, because he said he didn't want to bug me to be expensive. He just wanted something to put on his stomach.
Right.
And so I said, you can have whatever you want. I said, order whatever you want. He said, are you sure? I said, yes. And so he ordered a burger, fries. I said, get a drink as well, just get a combo.
Yeah.
And so he did. And so I started talking to him. I said, do you have any family that you need to talk to? I said, I have a phone you could call or talk to anybody to help you.
Yeah.
To get you, where you need to be.
Yeah.
And he was like, his family disowned him.
Wow.
This and that, and so he didn't have nowhere to go. He was generally in a bad place, and so I bought him food, and then I gave him some money to get a hotel for that night. Just so he could have a warm bed. He was wrapped in a blanket. And he was not bothering nobody. The store allowed him to be in there, but he wasn't really bothering anybody. He was just sitting there. Yeah. And we had a great conversation. And so I grew up in a church. So for me, a situation similar to me that happened when I was younger. Okay. Where the church actually shunned the man away from the church, and I thought that was opposite of what it should be.
Right.
And so, and I told myself, sometimes a kind act, you never know what it can do or how to change the heart of a person. Yep. He could have been on the brink of suicide. He could have been any, and just being kind in that moment of unselfishness can change a person's path. And you just never know. And me sitting there talking to him is taking my time. Even though I was there with friends, I was spending most of my time with him. Good. And talking and make sure he was okay. And so he said he didn't have no one to talk to. I said, I know you don't have a phone number. I said, but I'll come around and just see where you at from time to time if you're in the area. But I haven't seen him since, and so I just pray that he's in a good place. So still doing well.
I was gonna say that you not being able to find him really. I mean, of course, it's impossible to know until you bump into him again, or if you do. But he really could have, like you said, been that catalyst that just changed just enough. But no, I love that. And I am guilty of, I struggle with when they ask me for money. I always say no because I just have this kind of hardcore thing myself, just very personal. I don't want to fund the drug habit because I know that's where it goes.
Yeah.
But every once in a while when they're like, no, I just literally, if you can just get me a little bit of food, man, that gets me. And then I'm in. I'm like, yeah, I'll buy you food, or I'll buy people something. And so I love that you just took the time, though, because I know I'm guilty of, now I'm just kind of like, I don't want to look at them or whatever. And I sometimes I get a little convicted because I'm like, man, I do want to treat people like humans. I just don't want to be harassed.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
And I get it.
No, but I'm giving you kudos because you broke past all the stuff that I'm sure you think all the same stuff I do, and you're like, you know what? I see something in this human
being.
Right
here, actually.
Right here?
Yep.
Oh, okay, cool.
I don't know why taking you right around.
No, so this is an alternative path.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's so cool. Thank you for doing that. And it reminds me, and hopefully somebody else, to every once in a while, instead of just walking away, maybe we engage, maybe we
and I always tell people to look at where you are and look at where they are. It's always someone worse off than you are. We all have our struggles. There's been times where, I paid Peter to pay Paul.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I still was in a better place than someone else.
That's right.
So my last $1, and they didn't have anything, I give it. Because I know I'm gonna get it back in return, and just out of kindness of heart. So I just encourage people to do that.
Absolutely, yeah, man. Thank you for that.
It's bigger than us.
That's right. It is bigger than us. And if we all take care of each other, it's going to be a better world for sure.
Amen.
Thank you, my friend.
You're welcome. Thank you.
It's interesting that one of this young man's core memories that changed him was how his church turned away someone that he perceived as needing help. Honestly, his actions are real church, regardless of what the organizations do or don't do in the buildings we call church. This next gentleman shares the journey of falling for someone who isn't being honest with him. Also, there is a lot of talk of suicidal ideation.
Story number 300. Saturday, June 12, 2021, 12:33 a.m.
I have a bit of a romance story from my freshman year in college.
Okay, nice. I like it. Go for it, yeah.
All right, so I guess I'll begin with, she was my lab partner in chemistry. Okay.
Nice, as all good romances start.
Yeah. And I wasn't really into romance at all, like, through my freshman year, through high school, I was always, like, developing myself, was focusing on myself.
Oh, wow.
Did not really focus on anyone else.
That's very mature. You were probably like one of like 3 students at the entire high school that did that, I'm sure.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
But during college, I was in a lab with this girl, and we hit it off, and we had a great time together.
Yeah.
But as I hung out with her, I knew that she had a quote-unquote boy toy, and that kind of like made me a little iffy. I'm like, yo, like, what's up with this? And she's like, oh, and like, don't worry about it. And then I talked to her more and more, and let's say her name was Tori.
Okay.
And Tori, she was going through a lot. Like, I helped her through, like, depression, wanting to kill herself.
Oh, wow.
Like, her friend that I'm talking about, like, wanting to kill himself, like, during college.
Oh, wow. The boy toy wanted to kill himself,
Yeah,
too?
the boy toy, exactly.
Wow. Okay.
And, like, he was called a boy toy, but it was pretty much her, like, trying to comfort him.
Oh, I got it. So it wasn't so much like, oh, he's this super hot guy that I fantasize about. It was more of like a nurturing. Oh, man.
It's like her friends always like viewed it as a boy toy kind of situation, but she always like came to his house and said, let's talk kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's funny and not so much haha, but interesting that they couldn't just identify it for what it was. Huh.
Exactly, yeah. Huh. And then like me and her like hit it off. We had a great time because, you know, I also had a similar situation to her, and we had a
like you had someone coming to you for that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Or no, like in terms of like her problem, like she was depressed and like, you know, very suicidal.
And coming to you.
And and then she came to me and I said, you know, like I overcame that and I can tell you like what helped me go through that and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
So it was very like deep, you know, we had a very connective relationship.
Yeah.
But then one day she decided to hit on me and I'm like, yo, like I told you I liked you, but then you said like, hey, like I don't have time for this, let's wait for it. And I said, okay, like all right, let's, like I don't have any rush. If you don't want to do this, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you want to wait, that's fine, but like literally let me know. And she said, you know, like I just don't know what's happening right now. And I said, okay, because she was going through a lot.
Yeah.
And later she started hitting on me and I said, okay, like this is cool.
right, yeah.
Because, you know, I was a freshman in college.
Yeah.
And I started hitting on her too, and then like we kind of had like a relationship in a way, but she didn't want it to like be official. And I said, okay, that's kind of cool.
So it was sort of just like casual. So were you
casual hookup and
casual
like
hookup, but
hookup,
friends.
but also.
So true friends with benefits, I guess?
It was hard to explain because whenever she said want to hang out, I didn't know if she wanted to talk about either her suicidal or her friend's suicidal like experience, or if she wanted to hook up, which was a very weird experience if you can imagine.
Yeah, because that's like, wow, I don't know how you how do you get sexually aroused if you think it's going to be about something really intense. I mean, that's like two very, very different places.
Exactly. So you have to just approach it with an open mind.
Yeah, I guess. Wow.
And it was crazy for a while, and we like talked for a solid 2 or 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And it got to the point where like she was staying over at my place for like days on end, and I was like, you know, like appreciating her for a while.
Yeah.
But then we went to her place and she said, hey, like you can stay over at my place, but I gotta do laundry real quick. And I said, okay. And next to her, like there's something that we always like kind of fiddled about was her diary. And she like, I like took her diary and I'm like, I'm gonna read it. And she said, no, you better fucking not. I said, all right, that's fine. And I said, okay, like I won't read it. And she said, okay, that's cool. And one day she went and I was staying at her place. And she said she was gonna do laundry. And I said, okay, that's cool. And she went to do laundry. While she did laundry, I took the diary and saw the very first page that was bookmarked.
Yeah.
And all it read was, today I lost my virginity. And I closed the book, and then just set it back down because virginity was like a big thing to her. Like she didn't want to be seen as a whore, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But then like further questioning her later, it's just like really weird, you know? Like I said like, hey, like, have you been seeing anyone else? She said, no. Have you had sex at all? She said, no, I'm like still a virgin for sure.
Wait, so wait a minute, I'm so sorry, I'm so confused. So you guys are hooking up but not having sex?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
dude,
yeah,
like,
we were very naive.
okay, and so help me out. So what did hooking up mean to you? Like kissing, or was it like oral, or what the heck was?
Kissing, oral / you know, like hands.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But just not
like penis to vagina.
Okay, got it. All right. So you pick up this book, you pick up her diary, and she in her diary is being obviously probably honest. I don't know why you lied to your diary.
During freshman year, like Virginia was like really important to like me and her.
Okay.
For some reason, I don't really know why, but apparently it was.
Yeah.
But it was just like this thing.
Yeah.
And then I just read that like she said she lost her virginity, and that was during the time then we started like looking at each other.
Oh.
Yeah.
So okay. So you saw by the date that had happened while you guys were connected.
Exactly.
In some way. Oh wow, man. So how in the world did you handle that? Like where did it go from there?
After that, like she tried to like go for me more, and I just every time she felt like came over, I just felt heartless, you know, like I just felt like, hey, like this is not someone I know anymore.
Right.
To the point where like she was questioning me. She said, hey, like what's going on? And I said, I just don't feel it anymore. She's like, what, you don't like me anymore? And I'm like, I don't, because literally what I felt like I was, you know, like cuddling with a bag of meat. Like I didn't know this thing anymore. Like this was just a thing now. Like there's so many points to where I just don't know anymore, and to the point where I just like got out of my bed and sat on my couch, and I said, I think I'm gonna sleep on the couch tonight. And she said, all right, then I guess I'll leave. And I said, you can do what you want. And ever since then, I haven't talked to her since.
Wow. And that was just it. Oh my gosh. Wow.
And that's a classic freshman story from college.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. We have only a short time left. I think I was going to kind of bounce back quickly. I'd like to know a little bit about your journey with coming up against suicidal ideation and then kind of walking away from it. That seems like, it was not part of the...
In terms of with her or by myself?
Oh, well, yeah, I guess either way. But you said it sounded like you had sort of dealt with that by the time you had connected with her.
Yeah, I did.
I was just curious about that, if you wanted to say more about that. It's such a relevant subject, I feel like, right now.
It's hard because, like, I'm stopping right here, but basically it's something really hard that a lot of people experience, and when you experience it, you feel like not many people are feeling
like
the same.
Only one.
You feel like you're the only one, but there's so many people that feel the same way.
Yeah.
And every time that someone talks to me about some suicidal thoughts, like, it's crazy because they feel like they're alone, but I talk to them and make sure that they don't feel alone.
Good. And
the amount of people that I've talked to and had that conversation with is absurd.
It's absurd.
And it's not okay how many people feel that way.
Yeah. And that's absolutely. And I'm obviously so grateful that you got past that. And I love how you're taking your experience and helping other people kind of break through that lie of like, oh, I'm the only one feeling this way. That's crazy.
Yeah. When you internalize your thoughts, you feel like you're the only one.
Right. Yeah, that's wild. Well, thank you so much for sharing just about all of that. It's a very, very interesting, unique story, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, all right. Thank you.
So much to talk about here, but I really felt his description of laying next to her after finding out she had lost her virginity to someone else and wasn't talking about it. And he said it was like laying next to a sack of meat. I could feel the sensation of all the romance disappearing in an instant. Our next rider shares her story of a relationship going off the rails, but thankfully, before she gets in too deep.
Story number 301. Saturday, June 12, 2021, 7:58 p.m.
So, worked in the sports industry.
Okay.
A guy who pined after me for a good, let's say 5.5 years, probably 5.5. And we were good friends. Didn't ever, at that time I was like, oh, whatever, I'm pining after someone else. End up, I give him the time of day.
Right. As one does eventually.
Right. Eventually. Like, physically not really my type, whatever.
Yeah.
But I give in to him. We start hanging out. We start dating, and like, in my 32 years of life, the best relationship I've ever had, right?
Oh, wow.
We have the most fun together. We have, like, we're laughing. We're happy. Everything is so good. Like, there's not really, like, the turmoil of a relationship. You're not wondering, like, where is the bad in this? Everything is so, so, so great. Right? So, fast forward, everything is lovely and wonderful. And I'm head over heels for him. And I'm like, all of a sudden thinking to myself, like, oh my gosh, this is the guy I'm going to marry.
Okay, and then real quick, how far, like, time-wise?
Time-wise, we're probably 7 months in at
to
this
the romantic
point.
relationship.
Yes, to the romantic. Okay. Now, we've known each other for years.
I got it, yeah.
But romantically, we're probably about 7 months in.
Cool.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so in love with him. Like, everything is wonderful. Like, we're so happy together. Everything is great. Like, of course, we have, like, our little bickering, whatever. Everybody does.
Something's wrong with you.
Whatever. So, what happens, fast forward, we're out at a brewery. It's me and him and another couple that we work with. And everything's great. And we see a baby at a brewery, and he says, like, what would you think if that was me? And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, if I had a baby at a brewery. And I was like, well, what do you mean? Like, are you asking me, like, if we had a baby, like, what we have at a brewery? He's like, no, I got another girl pregnant.
Oh.
Excuse me? Wait, what?
That was whiplash. You're like, what?
What? Great way of bringing that up, right?
Yeah. No, that's fantastic. That's the way to do it, by the way.
Yes. So we end up having the rest of the night together, us and this other couple. I like go in the bathroom with the other girl, and I'm like, I don't even know what to. I'm so upset. I'm crying. I don't know what to think. Like, whatever. Yeah. We end up like. We're all together. He's all over me, as always, acting like nothing happens. Like, we go home. At this point, I've had too much to drink. We end up having sex together, whatever. And we end, and I'm like, I gotta go. Like, I don't know what's happening. So, like, you gotta take me to my friend's house, who lives not far from him.
Were you living together at this time?
We were not living together. We were just, like, hanging out together. Okay. And so I'm like, you gotta take me over to my friend's house. We'll call
and
her.
Just for clarification, the baby that he made, was it made while you guys were romantic?
While we were together.
Oh, shoot. Oh, my gosh. Okay, that's a critical
While we were together.
Oh, snap.
While we were together.
Oh, snap. Okay.
So I'm like, you've got to take me to my friend's house. We'll call her Miss M. So he takes me over to
hold on. So sorry. I asked dumb questions.
No, ask us.
7 months of romantic relationship. How did he manage to pop a baby out? Was it a preemie or what?
Great, right? So the baby's not born at this point.
Oh,
she's pregnant.
Preggers. Oh, my God. All right.
So he basically blames it on this, like, hey, we went out, like, things went south. She said she was on birth control. She supposedly took a morning after. Regardless, we were still together at the time. It didn't matter, right? Like, I was like, I don't care what she was on.
Right, that's the headline.
It doesn't even matter what she was on. Like, you were together.
Yeah.
So, I'm dumb and, young at this point. I'm like, 26 at this point. I'm stupid. And I'm like, okay, like, whatever, take me to my friend's house, whatever. Go stay at my friend's house. We work together, right? So,
oh, no.
So I have to see him on Monday.
Oh.
Like, we work together. So, come through on Monday, and he's like, let's work this out. And so I'm like, no, we need to have, like, a sit down. We need to chat about this, whatever. Yeah. So we go to dinner. He's like, hey, let's talk about this. I'm like, look, you need to, like, figure things out outside of me, right? Like, I need to not be a part of this. You need to decide what you want to do outside of what I want to do.
Yeah.
And he's like, no. Like, no, I want you to be part of it. I'm like, no. I'm not part of this. I wasn't part of this. Like,
right.
You got to figure things out.
You made a baby with somebody. Go enjoy that.
Exactly. Like, go F yourself, essentially. And so he's like, no, like, I love you, like, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, whatever. So, we're still working together. He tells me, like, I'm not in love with her. We're going to break up, whatever. Fast forward, like, 3 weeks later, and he brings her to our office, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, I'm so upset. Like, whatever. I'm very
and during this 3 weeks of time, you guys are theoretically still together?
At this point, we're pretty much separated. We're like friendly together, right?
Got it.
We're friendly. I like am cordial, whatever.
Right.
He brings her in. They leave. And I find out from everyone else we work with that they're going to look at wedding rings together.
Wait, what? Oh, Miss
Okay,
S.
but best part, they get married.
Oh, okay.
They get married.
All right, well, there's a happy ending for somebody.
Fast forward a year.
Yeah.
We run into each other out of state. We're in South Carolina, out of state. So two separate things.
Yeah.
I'm at a bachelor party. He's at a bachelorette party.
Right.
Runs into me. Head over heels in love with me. Like, wants to hook up with me.
Yeah. It's a quality dude.
Quality. Yeah. Fast forward now, we're 6 years later, however long it's been. Still, I hear from him.
Yeah, he's hitting you in the
married
DMs.
with 2 kids.
Yeah.
Still hear from him.
Yeah.
What a gem, right?
He's a gem.
He's a gem.
You really missed the boat on that one, girl.
Really missed. Yeah, dodged a bullet there, huh?
Yeah. Well, you did dodge a bullet. I was gonna joke about the fact that you missed the guy.
missed a golden dude, right? Missed a golden dude.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So, good times.
Good times and truly bullet dodge. So
truly.
Jeez.
Yeah. So,
Well, that's the way it goes sometimes. Yeah, good luck. I hope things work out. My gosh.
Best of luck, buddy. Best of luck. My life seems to be just fine.
Yeah, definitely better without that
100%.
Stress.
100%.
Well, thank you so much for sharing the story. That's amazing.
Absolutely. Happy to do it.
Such a bullet dodged for her. And you have to wonder about the other lady who gets pregnant by a guy in a serious relationship with another woman and then thinks it's a good idea to marry him. Yeah, makes sense to me. This same lady now pivots and takes us into her search for purpose and fight against depression. And wait for it, towards the end, there's a beautiful God wink in there that she's on the right path.
Story number 302. Saturday, June 12, 2021, 8:05 p.m.
So this is story number 2 from Miss S.
Yes.
Okay, so what's your story number 2 for us, Miss S?
All right. So I am a 32-year-old female, and for the past a little over 6 years, I have been working for a nonprofit.
Oh, wow.
And prior to that, kind of searching for my story, very strong in my faith.
Yeah.
Very much.
Yeah.
But I think still searching for my way. I worked in the sports industry and moved out of state, and I came back and wasn't really sure where my life was going and what was happening, and kind of hit like a very depressed state, and wasn't sure like life was just it for me. Just really struggled and struggling to find the right fit for me. I didn't have a job. I moved back in with my parents and just really, really struggling.
Yeah.
And so I had a friend who referred me to what is my current position as I work at a nonprofit.
And you don't need to say the name of the nonprofit, but tell me a little bit about tell us about what they do.
Yeah, absolutely. So I work for a nonprofit that is a residential community for adults with special needs.
That's awesome.
And brain injuries.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So a really cool nonprofit. And still, at the time, I wasn't really sure. Like, is this what I want to do? I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Like, I don't necessarily feel led to do this.
Yeah.
I worked as an operations manager for a sports company. Like, I don't really know.
Yeah.
The position seemed more of a salesy position. I was like, I don't know if I want to do sales. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
And I ended up taking the role.
Right.
And kind of hit a rough spot in the midst of taking the role.
Yeah.
I had been back probably about a month.
Okay.
I had lived out of state, been back about a month, moved back in with my parents. All of my friends were married, and all of them were starting their life with kids.
Oh, yeah.
And I was super, super, super happy for them.
Right.
But I hit this spot in my life where I came back and I thought everything was going to be so happy and I was going to be with all my friends.
Yeah.
And everything changed.
Yeah.
And I felt really, really alone. And I think I had struggled with depression throughout the years, probably like off and on, and just never really wanted to admit it.
Yeah.
I come from like a family that's very like buck up, buttercup. Like my parents are very much like life's tough, get a helmet.
Right. Fair.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. And as a side note, if the audience can't tell, you are a very bubbly, effervescent person anyways.
Yes.
So can I totally derail you for 2 seconds?
Of course.
How do you, as a bubbly, effervescent, obviously naturally sort of upbeat person, how do you process depression? Because it's so anti who you are at your core.
Yeah, so it's interesting. I think I really try to hide it. I think I am a bubbly person, and so it makes me almost a little more bubbly out, like, externally.
Weird. Okay.
I think that I try to very much, like, cover that up and be as vivacious as I can externally and as, like, very friendly as I can externally.
Yeah.
I'm already naturally friendly.
Yes,
and
you
so
are.
it's just, like...
So you're almost overcompensating.
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
Okay.
Definitely.
I'm just, because obviously mental health is everything now.
Absolutely.
Right. So I just
we're all over the place with it. Yeah.
All right. Sorry for the derailment. But
no, don't apologize.
Yeah.
So I'm at my job and I'm there for a couple of weeks and I'm really hitting like a very dark place in my life and just really feeling like unworthy and like I can like not be loved and just questioning what's my purpose in life. And like, again, I'm very strong in my faith and I feel like God put me here for a reason.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, I'm really struggling because I'm thinking like, God, there's no purpose for me. There's no reason for me. Like, you don't favor me.
Aww.
You favor all these other people.
Yeah.
And so...
and by the way, virtually everybody on the planet has had that thought.
Of course.
If you're a person of faith.
Right? Exactly.
Or not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're all questioning.
Yep.
And so here I am at my office and I'm walking down the street and we have a 55-acre campus.
Wow.
And so I'm walking down the road And I look over and I see this girl and I think to myself, oh my God, I know her. And I look at my coworker who I've like, I'm studying under, and I'm like, hey, I know her. And she's like, no. And I'm like, no. I know her. Her name is blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And she was like, oh my God, that is her name.
Wow.
Flashback to my 5th school year. I'm in 5th grade. And I was a buddy for the special needs students who are in our class. There's 2 girls who have Down syndrome.
Yeah.
And we'll call them M and S.
Okay.
And so I become this buddy for them, and I like help them. If you guys are familiar at all with the special needs industry, it's very much of an inclusion process in the school system.
Okay.
And so it really started probably when I was in school. And this is, I graduated in 2006. This is years ago.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm in 5th grade, probably in 1998-ish.
Yeah.
And so I was friends with her and another girl. And at the time, I had my birthday party in the 5th grade, and I invited my whole class. I invited all the girls. We did this like spa party to get our nails done.
Yeah.
And so I tell my coworker, I'm like, I know her. She looks the exact same. She remembers me.
Wow.
Says my name. Like, I'm going to give my name away. It's you. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's me. She looks the exact same. I don't. I'm like blown away. Fast forward about a week later, and I see her family.
Yeah.
And her mom bursts into tears when she sees me. And she's like, I don't know if you're religious, but this is a God thing. And I said, I'm sorry. And she says, in 5th grade, you were a buddy.
Yeah.
In 5th grade, no one included my daughter or the other girl who had special needs.
Yeah.
But you did.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, what do you mean? And she said, for your birthday party, you invited them. And it might not have ever impacted you, but it impacted us and our whole lives more than you will ever know.
Oh, my God. That's an incredible story.
And I got goosebumps.
Wow.
And all of a sudden, that night I got home, and I honestly got down on my knees, and I was like, God, I found my purpose.
Amen. That is amazing.
And whether you're a believer or you're not a believer, that's okay.
And here
but
you
all
were
of a sudden
working
it came to me.
Yeah, and you're working in this nonprofit. You're literally living in the... One second. What's that? It's close, but it's follow me on Backseat Confessions.
We're making friends. We're making friends.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt because I was like, this is too important of a story.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, you have that moment, and then like I said, you're right in the middle of working in that industry, and you didn't even realize like how cold you were to it. Oh my gosh.
No idea.
Man, that's incredible. And man, there's like a million things you want to talk about. I don't know if it's like worth talking about here on the podcast. Maybe it's off the podcast. But I have this fascination with story. I feel like my God-given dream is to tell people stories.
Absolutely.
And I'm playing around in my head, and I don't know what this is going to look like. But someday I'd like to do almost like classes isn't the word. What am I looking for? Workshops is probably the word. Okay. On probably the Venn diagram of your life, your passions, and then what you believe are sort of your God-given talents, whatever, blah, blah, right? Overlaying. And anyways, that is that moment of if you were in that workshop and you're thinking about, oh yeah, this is something that really moved me. When I was in 5th grade, I am loving on these young ladies with special needs. Smash cut to what you're doing now. You're like, oh my God. And it's crazy because it's like how, when you say it to me now, you're like, how did you not see this, Miss S? But then you have that moment and all of a sudden it's illuminated. So I freaking love that. Yeah, that's amazing.
It was like I said, I got chills. I felt like, oh my gosh. And of course it doesn't cure your depression. It doesn't cure whatever's going on in your life. But I suddenly felt like, oh my gosh, I've had this like epiphany that like I do have purpose.
That's right.
And like I should fight this and I should go see the people I need to see and fight the battle that's within, because like I'm here for a reason, right? Whether I believe it or not, like I'm here for a reason.
You're here for a reason, yeah. And so we're kind of wrapping up the ride, but on the note of dealing with the depression, in spite of even, like you said, sort of understanding, yes, wow, I feel like I'm tapped into my calling and all this stuff. What's sort of this short version of how you've been doing that?
Yeah, so I interestingly enough, like, reached out to my family, who I was very fearful of letting my parents know, because I live in this very, like, put on a helmet and move forward. And my parents were very supportive of me, and very much like, this is something that you can't just help, like, this is the way you're wired, which surprised me, but I pleasantly surprised. And I reached out to some friends and found a great therapist, and talked to them, and I got on medication, and it's definitely
so it was
a battle, right?
It was a multi,
like, absolutely. Like, I found things that just gave me joy and things that made me feel good about myself, and that's working out, and that's getting on my medications, and that's talking to someone who's got an unbiased opinion, and I think it's something that we should all be more aware of, and something we should all talk about. I think there's this, like, stigma about it that we've all faced, and I'm happy that in recent years we no longer have that.
It's fallen away a little bit,
But yeah, I think it's like a battle that you've got to fight, and you've got to choose to fight it. And you've got to find your circle who supports you and the people that are there for you. And I'm very, very, very fortunate to have that. And I'm very fortunate to have my faith and have all these things that support me. And it a lot of times is the person who shines the brightest and who's very bubbly and there for someone else, and people never knew it.
That's
it
right.
Was me until I actually came out and said, "Hey guys, I'm really struggling with
Which
this."
I'm so glad you did, because you're right. In a casual conversation, how would you ever know? And then it makes people that maybe aren't as bubbly feel like, oh, well, she probably doesn't struggle with this, and for you to say, oh no, I actually do.
Right.
There's just so much, and there's so much power in our story on all fronts. Anyways, Miss S, you are fantabulous.
Thank you
so much for getting in my car, even though
this is awesome.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
I'm so happy. This is great.
This was really good. Thank you so much.
Yeah. What a Saturday. This is awesome. I'm very fortunate and very blessed to be in your car.
Oh, thank you. And you're kicking off my Saturday night run,
awesome.
So I hope the rest of my night goes half as good as this.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Most of us have those moments that are transcendent and help remind us that they are more than a coincidence. Someone is looking out for us. And you may have caught the quick little interaction with observant riders in another vehicle that could tell we were recording and wanted to know if it was taxi cab confessions. Funny stuff. Sometimes we get stories that are little jello shots of joy. This couple is one of those.
Story number 303. Saturday, June 12, 2021, 8:31 p.m.
Okay, so we met on Bumble.
Okay, awesome.
And so we
And I'm so sorry. Just remind me, Bumble's the one that the women initiate. Is that correct?
That's right. It is.
I love that. Okay, that's so cool.
So I had not been dating for like a year and a half.
Okay, fair.
So I got on Bumble. It was my first week on Bumble, and I set my parameters for 1 mile away.
Oh, wow. Wow, you wanted this person to be like in your crib, basically.
Yeah, talk about lucky.
Right?
Yeah.
And
it's like back in the farmhouse days. He's got to be up the block from me. I ain't walking that far. Sorry.
We don't believe in long distance relationships.
No.
By the way, so.
I don't like long distance. Let's do 1 mile.
Yeah, I'm lazy.
I love that. Hey, own that. Own that. That is amazing. Right. If you're further than 1 mile, I don't want to know you. I could care less. I love that.
So his house ended up being 1.5 miles down the road from mine.
Okay.
And what happened, the only reason we met was his work was less than 1 mile away from my work.
Oh, and so because of the proximity?
That's right.
Oh,
yeah. She said it for half a mile.
Or 1 mile.
1 mile, yeah.
Or a mile. Imagine.
Yeah.
Dear God, I lived 1.5 miles away.
Yeah, no, you were out of bounds, bro. You were a bridge too far.
Yeah.
Cannot be done.
But,
praise God, our offices were half a mile away from each other.
That was a divine intervention, without a doubt. Yeah,
Absolutely,
he knew. He was
absolutely.
like, I'm going to have to get this guy literally next door to this chick for her to even glance his way.
Especially I live like in like South Buckhead. There are no other apartments like within a mile, honestly.
Oh, so you're theoretically never going to, you're going to be like, there are no men in this city.
There is just no one. I was correct.
Yeah, all things considered, your Bumble like search was an absolute shot in the dark.
Yeah, or a very limited search. I mean, you came up at like, oh, there's 3 men available for you in the entire 8 million people in Atlanta.
Let's just say that I had really good odds.
I love that. I love that.
So, I opened it at work.
Okay, as you should.
That's right.
I mean, a happy worker is a better worker, I think we could argue.
Exactly. You know what? They want this from me.
They do. They care about you.
For me
that big
to
company.
have a better work product.
That's
it helps
right.
everyone.
That's right. It's
And
just good economics.
Work don't hear this.
Right.
And yeah, then I met someone down the street in both ways, and in work and home.
I love it.
And we've been together for a year and a half.
A year and a half. That's awesome. And you guys look like a really adorable, wonderful couple, and you got good chemistry. I just picked you up from a date night. Oh, no, I know.
We're absolutely killing it.
No, you are. No,
I was. Game.
Yes. I was trying to let the audience that is audio only. I'm bringing them into.
They should also know.
They should. Yeah.
Like the confidence that we have with each other.
Well, because confidence is sexy, you guys may be the sexiest couple alive, right? That is.
That's right. Yeah. Please confirm. Please.
Yeah. Do you agree?
It's both of us.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Absolutely.
If only half the couple, you're not gonna make it to the finals of sexiest couple. Right.
Yes, we're incredibly sexy.
Yes.
We're fucking killing it.
You are.
That's true.
Yes.
No, but you guys really are adorable, and I love that it worked out, and I love that even though you're a 1 mile radius, was probably a little short-sighted. That fate or divine or whatever you want to call it, being what it is.
Hey, you want to hear how big my radius was?
How big was your radius?
It was like 30 miles.
Heck yeah, it was. You're a dude.
I was willing to drive out to like Carrollton. Right. Like
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, she may live on a tree farm somewhere.
That's right. And how lucky am I?
Yeah.
How lucky am I?
That's true.
That my now current girlfriend that I met on Bumble lived a mile away.
It was also my first time on Bumble, and within a week, I met this handsome fellow.
Well, that's probably not going to happen for everybody, so we should probably lower expectations. I feel like this is not a normal Bumble ending. I feel most Bumble endings are probably more bumbly, but anyways, that's another thing. Bumble, if you want to sponsor the show, I would love to. I will say only good things about you if you give me lots of money. Anyways, side note, thank you guys so much for sharing. That was lots of fun.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Thank
absolutely.
you.
And seriously, Bumble, I'm open to hearing from you. Or really any company that would like to become a sponsor. Yeah, no, I'm sitting right here. I'm ready. And these two were just delightful. Glad they met and shared the joy with us. Our next writer was inspiring in so many ways. I didn't agree with all her solutions, but I love her passion.
Story number 304. Saturday, June 12th, 2021, 9:20 p.m.
I recently moved here.
Oh, cool.
And during the pandemic, the beginning of the pandemic, I was in the streets protesting. I've been organizing protests, and pretty much I was an activist in my city.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks that capitalism has me working 3 jobs, and I'm not as active as I used to be.
Yeah.
It's a little disheartening because it makes me feel washed up. Like, we used to lead thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people in the streets every day with like all different types of mutual aid, and creating this big community of people who care about each other and all want the same thing. Right?
Yeah.
So we want to stay in a world or create a world where there's less harm, there's more accountability, there's transformative and restorative justice.
Yes.
And
that's speaking my language.
and it's sad because like people don't understand the concept of abolition, even though it's jarring. It is scary when people don't understand the construct or haven't been taught the construct of what abolition really is.
And are you talking, just for my clarification, abolition of
police?
What? Police. Okay.
Police and the prison industrial complex.
I am all about, this probably, I need to get more educated before I would probably have like real deep conversation, but I'd love to enter in a very respectful conversation. I cannot stand the justice system the way it is.
Right.
But I think you would, well, I don't think anything I'm going to ask you. Would you say there does need to be some sort of police type force or some sort of justice system in place, or do you think people are fine without all that?
Some type of accountability system.
Okay.
Accountability does bring justice.
Right.
And with that, I think it's that people jump to like, oh, how do people get punished? It's like, how do we stop people from even getting into said activities?
100%.
You know? So it's kind of like nipping it at the root instead of trimming the leaves.
Yes.
So definitely, absolutely. It's just like, there's rehabilitation centers for anything else. If you have enough money, you go to rehab for like coke, heroin. Yeah. But if you don't have money, you go to jail.
Right. It's so true.
So yeah, it's definitely possible. I think and the thing is, if I didn't believe that it was possible, then I wouldn't be an abolitionist, right?
Right. Yeah.
But when it comes to police reforms and stuff like that, it's like there's only but so much reform you could have with a entity that started off as slave catchers.
Right.
So it's like when you have police departments that have so much money, and they want to define the things that are seemingly important, right?
Right.
And it's like the New York Times wrote an article about the police and in other cities as well, and they only prevent about 3% of crime.
Oh, I know. It's
they're very reactionary.
By their nature, of course. Yeah.
Right. So you don't necessarily need police to write a report. You don't need police to write down damages if someone broke and entered into someone's house, right? And a lot of the time when someone creates major harm, right, like the R word, you know, just
yes, is that
the RAPE word?
Okay, yeah. Hold on, I gotta ask this. This is a super dumb tangential question. Do you not even say that word?
I do. It's just, you know, I don't know what kind of trigger warning content you have on here.
Oh, this is fully adult. You can say any word you want. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just I didn't know if that was like a personal thing for you.
Oh no.
So okay. Yeah. So yeah, you can say any word you want.
Yeah. So when someone when someone commits rape or murder, a lot of the time there's like a psychological issue with the person.
That's very true.
So when you have rehabilitation centers that center around mental health, it shouldn't be a matter of a bill. You know, like I had a friend who wanted to commit suicide, and I felt bad once I called authorities of some sort. And when she went to rehab and then she came back, she went to a mental health hospital and came back, she was slapped with like a $5,000 bill.
Wow.
And I felt bad because it was just like her logic was like any more money she could have just paid to bury herself.
Wow.
And that's disheartening. But
that is, yeah.
I mean, she hasn't caused any harm, but just to get the insight of like who has resources and who doesn't.
Yes. Yes.
And honestly, if it wasn't for this movement, if it wasn't for George Floyd's passing, unfortunately, I wouldn't even have a pro bono therapist.
Wow.
Like, it's hard to find. And my current therapist, she done got arrested with us. She got pepper spray, rubber bulleted with us.
Wow.
And she was like, there's a lot that you guys deal with, and I'm here to use my services for you. Wow. So it says a lot. I mean, I try to make sure that I'm on time, if not early, to all my appointments, even though they're virtual. But it's a lot. Like, and I also feel like like as an individual, there's so much that I'm able to do, but right now I have this government job, and I have this job that I'm going to now, and it's like I don't have the time. But it's like people get upset when Tamika Mallory gets paid for certain things, but it's like the movement doesn't pay your bills. Right. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Assata Shakur, you know, all of these people didn't have regular 9-to-5 jobs. The community made sure the lights stayed on. Right. The community made sure the kids ate. You know, so it's not necessarily milking the community, but it's making sure that we're in a space where we could do this work and find ways to still participate in this fucked up thing called capitalism.
Okay. That makes total sense to me. Which I'm probably a little bit more of a capitalist than you, but that is neither here nor there. Because your heart is amazing, and the things you're talking about are 100% real issues. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind. I'm more with you than I've ever been in my life, because I really see, having had my own run-in with what I like to now call the injustice system. I was completely blown away. I was ignorant to it because it had never affected me, but when it hit me, I was like, oh, this thing can ruin your life. Yep. And it's not intelligent, and it doesn't care about rehabilitation. It only cares about punishment. Yep. Yeah. So and then all the other things you said about like getting to the root of the problem is so much better than just trying to deal with the symptoms, right? Yep. It'd be like putting a Band-Aid on someone who's bleeding out and not trying to figure out what internal organ is ruptured.
Exactly.
So I know you're not a big fan of capitalism, which is a whole other story. And obviously, real quickly on that one, I'll just say any system, capitalism included, that is, what's the word? Uninhibited is no good. Right? So pure capitalism... Further up. Okay. Pure capitalism, just like pure whatever else, is probably not the best. We're human beings, so we eventually kind of mess everything up to some extent. But for yourself, because you're so passionate, and I feel like you're probably so good at what you do, and you're clearly called to it. What would it look like for you to join like a nonprofit or something that is community funded, and may also get some government funding? But like, what would it look like for you to pursue that as a path?
Well, first off, I'm already a part of a nonprofit organization. Good. It's just. It's pretty much right now just all volunteer work.
I got it.
And I can't afford to, And it's not to say like it's not worth my time. It definitely is. It's just that like I only get but so many days off, and this is my first time living on my own. Yes. Doing errands and stuff, and it's just like I really want to go to this rally, but I gotta do laundry. I mean, I tell people to make time when they can. Sometimes my body doesn't physically let me, so it's just a matter of trying to make that happen. But I don't mind participating in capitalism because I like nice things. I like shiny things.
Sure.
But just to have to like sacrifice the movement so I could go to work, I just find that to be complete like utter bullshit. Like there's so much work to put into making routes, finding resources, pulling together rallies and protests, and pressing city legislators to make sure that we get some type of change. Right. And I don't think it's fair that I have to either compromise my 9-to-5 for that, or vice versa, you know? So it's a lot. And then on top of that, I still want to go to school.
Right. There's a longer, deeper conversation about all of this. The one upside of freedom and capitalism is that ultimately, if you go after this thing because you're passionate about it, and you are, there are ways for you to be paid to do all that work. If there was some sort of a system with that sort of paid for you to do things, it would be telling you what to do, and that's what you don't want. You want the freedom to be able to do what you want. So ultimately, capitalism can be your friend in the sense that I'm free to donate to whoever I want to.
Right.
And if I believe in good causes, I do donate to them. Right now, for instance, just one of the causes I'm super passionate about is the Innocence Project. So every chance I get, I'm donating to that because it breaks my heart that there are people that are on death row and that get sent away for life or get killed by the system that are innocent, and that just is that to me is just. Holy cow, how horrible is that? So anyways, so there's people that work for the Innocence Project that I help pay their salaries. And so capitalism gives me the ability to go make money, and then I have freedom to give that money to where I want. So anyways, that's my whole pitch on that. So I'm going to hope for you that you don't give up on your dreams. Thanks. Don't think of my recommendation. You can think however you want, but my recommendation would be over time to change from hating capitalism to thinking, how can I make this system work? How can I work within the system and make it work for me? Because no one has a gun to your head saying you have to do this, that, or the other. It's more about your creativity and your passion coming up. And I promise you, girl, if you are passionate about this, it's like, I don't know if you know that scripture. It says that your gift will make room for you. Your gift is going to make room for you. You're going to be paid for what you're supposed to be on this earth to do. May not happen right away. Right? We talked about this. You're in your 20s. I'm in my 40s. I'm just starting this thing, which is the thing I was probably supposed to do my whole life. Just starting it right now. So don't give up on your dreams. Keep going after them. And if this is something that you were put on this earth to do, which I believe it is, because it's going to make the world better, I promise you, somehow, some way, it's going to come together. Just don't give up.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely. You're an amazing, beautiful human being. And thank you for your heart, and thank you for speaking up for people that are marginalized and don't have a voice. Yeah.
Thanks.
It's important work.
Very much so.
Very. Yeah. Thank you for sharing too.
Oh, no problem. I love this project. I love it.
Thank you so much. Well, you're the first person to share, maybe the second person to share something along those lines. And I love it. Yeah, I love hearing where people's passions are at and the things that drive us. It's amazing. People, especially people that are moving in their life path, are just, I don't know, they're so inspiring to me. All right, my dear. You have a wonderful night.
Thanks. You too. I love this.
I have no idea where she's at in her journey these days, but I hope she hasn't given up on trying to make a difference. I personally don't think we need to abolish the police or capitalism, but I understand the younger generation's frustration with where things are at. All the old systems are starting to crack and fail, and we need to rethink them and bring them forward into a brighter, better future. So, there weren't any wild stories this time. Besides the couple, mostly they were deeper and made us think and maybe feel some things. And that's good. This ride, like life, isn't always fun and games. Sometimes we get hurt in relationships. We search for purpose and fight depression and want to make changes in a world that can feel overwhelming. But I'm thankful that you're here and showing up. Let's all keep doing that. And encourage someone in their journey the next time you get a chance. Okay. Sayonara. Until next time. This is what happens when you are a rideshare driver in Atlanta and ask people for their stories. These weren't handpicked people with great stories. They just happened to get in my car and be gracious enough to share with all of us. And who knows, maybe someday you'll be in Atlanta and need to grab a rideshare and end up telling the rest of us the next great story on BCP. I'd actually encourage you to, every so often, just ask a stranger to share a story from their life. You never know what you might learn. I believe that our stories are powerful. They can make you laugh, cringe, cry, or even get you to think or feel differently. Our stories can truly make this world a little bit better place. So please subscribe, rate, and listen to this podcast and share it with as many adults as possible. It would mean so much to me. First and foremost, I want to thank the incredible writers who trusted me with your stories. You're my heroes. Thanks also to all the people in the background who have believed in this project/dream. All of the music on this podcast was found on pixabay.com, and it was free, which is an amazing gift when you're starting a podcast on a shoestring budget.